Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This is your home for organic Bible study right here in the Bible Bistro. And in the Bible Bistro today means that you're sitting with me in the dining room of the Bible Bistro. So you might hear some outside noises. I got the fans going today. You might hear the chime ring a little bit, birds outside. So if you hear some surrounding noises, then that's what you're hearing today. And today we're looking at Psalm 108, verses 8 and 9. Now, 8 and 9 go right hand in hand with verse 7 because we have God's speech, his reply actually to the psalmist. The psalmist makes his prayer beginning with praise. Sometimes, it's just a good practice to begin with praise. If you have an instrument, or even if you don't have an instrument, just use the sacred organ, the voice, and just sing some songs to kind of start out your prayer time. That's what the psalmist does here in 108. He begins in verses 1 through 3 with some praise. In verse 4 and 5, he tells us why he's praying. He extols the mercy, truth, and glory of God. And then he makes his prayer in 6. He asks the Lord to deliver his beloved, to save, and to answer him. So beautiful prayer. And then we have God's reply here, and he says, in his holiness, God spoke. So his holiness is what drives this. And I want you to notice God's propriety. Let's call it God's propriety over all things. And he's proud of that propriety. He's glorified by that propriety. Listen to what he says. I will rejoice. I will divide Shechem and mete out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine. Manasseh is mine. Ephraim also is the strength of mine head. Judah is my lawgiver. Moab my washpot. Over Edom I will cast my shoe. Over Philistia will I triumph. We have a long list of names here. Shechem and the valley of Succoth is mentioned there in 7. Gilead, and you notice beginning in 8 how we begin in the northern part of the country of Israel. Gilead is that territory that's southeast of the Lake of Galilee. So all of that area was occupied by Ephraim and Manasseh, the half-tribe of Manasseh. Then we mention Manasseh, the tribe. So we have the area, Gilead. We have the tribe, Manasseh. Ephraim also, so we're staying in that region. Now we drop to the south. Judah is my lawgiver. So another tribe, but this tribe is in the southern part of the country. And then we go to the southeast again, further southeast. We're going to Moab, Edom. And those two are one right above and the other right below. So Moab is north of Edom, and they're both on the eastern side of the Dead Sea. And then we have Philistia. Philistia is that nation that occupied the coastal area, all the way down to Ashkelon in that area. So we have the 5 cities of the Philistines. So he's mentioning all of this, and he's saying, I'm going to do this for my people. Why can he do it for his people? Because he owns it all. Gilead, Manasseh, Ephraim, Judah, Moab, Edom, Philistia. And of course you'll notice that he says, Moab is my washpot. Not a very good thing. Edom, I will cast my shoe. I didn't know the Lord had a shoe. Of course, that's just anthropomorphizing. He doesn't have a shoe. He doesn't need a shoe. But the idea is that, that's how worthless Edom is. And over Philistia will I triumph. So God as the warrior is going to triumph over his enemies. So David is praying, and of course this makes it very clear that it is David because he mentions these that were current enemies of David when he was alive. All right, I hope you'll join me again next time, and we'll take up beginning in verse 10 and go all the way through verse 13 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.